Yo, what up? What up? I feel like every time I go live on Facebook, that I'm always a little bit behind. So I just started talking prior to it saying I'm live. Welcome for all of you in the Science of Flipping Academy group. I wanted to give another training today. Today is Monday. It's the week of Christmas. For some of you, you might be hustling and grinding, which I appreciate. Others may have off. So however you decide to take this week, enjoy it with your family and friends. Let me turn off this phone. I wanted to talk to you guys something. I just did a video. I did a podcast with the founder and owner of Deal Machine, all about, direct mail, door knocking, cold calling, texting, how to utilize the app. It actually spawned a lot of questions, not dedicated to the app, which I really encourage you. Download Deal Machine. He's giving you a $40 credit if you just use TSOF as the promo code. He's giving you a $40 direct mail credit because he's a buddy of mine. Go to dealmachine.com, use that TSOF as the promo code, and then he'll hook you guys up. So, but I wanted to answer a lot of the questions that are happening right now from that podcast, from that video, and that is more about how to talk to sellers. And so I got a lot of questions about it and, what to say and, things like I'm too scared to door knock or I'm too scared to cold call. And so I wanted to do a very quick training. I'm an advocate of making trainings, not education, because education you can get from audiobooks. These are trainings. These are tactical. These are meant for you guys to implement immediately. And so this is quite literally what I have our phone guys or even myself would say, whether it is a door knock or a cold call. The first point I want you guys to write down or take note of, whether you are face-to-face with them at their house or you are talking to them over the phone or even text messaging to some level, the script is the same. And the intention of the script is to find out, A, if they are interested or have any thought to sell, and B, what their motivations or what their pain points in selling would be. If you come from a doctor's perspective where you are becoming the doctor in question-based selling, that is the motive. Find out if they've thought about it and then find out what their pain or motivation is so you can become the solution to them. So I'm literally gonna go and pull up my script, and quite frankly, it's very short, it's very simple, because the first couple of questions I want to ask the seller is what's going to immediately know, I'm going to immediately know, or my team's going to immediately know, are they actually motivated to sell? And if not, what do we do with them? So I'm just going to pull this up real quick. I can't see you guys any longer. I know I'm live, but I am literally just going to go down our script real quick so you guys can have an understanding of the things I'm asking. And so if you are door knocking and using the Deal Machine app, which I really, again, encourage you to use, because quite frankly, if you're driving around anyways, you might as well be looking for maintenance deferred homes. Take a picture of it. You can send a direct mail piece through the app. You can cold call them through the app. So if you're one of those that don't quite have the confidence in door knocking yet and you want to call them, here's what I would say. You can do this all through the app. Again, I'd reach out to them. You have their name, you have the information, you have the property address, you have it all. You simply say, it's all in the app, right? You would simply say, hi, Mrs. Seller, my name is Justin, and I'm sorry, you probably weren't expecting this call. I'm actually a local landlord looking to buy another property in the area. And I was wondering if you've ever thought of or gave any consideration to selling your property. And you stop. That is the question. Now, if you heard something, a lot of people don't say, I decided to adopt this. The word investor has some negative connotations. Now, for years, my script would go similar to like, hi, my name is Justin. I'm a local investor looking to buy another home in the area. For years. And recently, I decided to adopt, I'm a local landlord looking to buy another property in your neighborhood. The reason being is the word investor still has some negative connotation. I like landlord, it says the same thing. You're buying an investment property, without using the word investor. So try that part out first. Is substitute investor with landlord, see how that goes, because I'll be honest, you get a lot of deep sighs, you get a lot of eye rolls with the word investor. So I use landlord. It tends to be a little bit easier breaking down that wall. Now, my initial question was, have you ever thought of or considered selling your home or accepting an offer? There's two other things you could say in replace of that, which would simply be, have you ever, or are you open to an offer on your home, right? So, hi, my name is Justin. I'm a local landlord looking to buy another home in the area. Are you open to having an offer on your home? Or lastly, hi, my name is Justin. I'm a local landlord in the area. Are you open to having a cash offer on your home? All of these things, all three of the ways I've said that are the same thing. I am looking to see if they're open at all to selling their home. And so, very often the very first reply, especially when door knocking, is because you're face to face, they're going to say, sure, what are you going to give me? Right? I mean, that's almost always. If you're using text messaging, again, Launch Control is who I use, launchcontrol.us. Again, they'll give you a big discount, just say the science of flipping, but that's who I use. A lot of the replies are, sure, what's your offer? That is a common reply. You're going to hear it over the phone too, right? And so, what I like to do is I like to take a step back. The way to avoid having to come up with a number right now or talk numbers is, first of all, let them know what you do. You're a stranger, you're cold calling them, you're text messaging them, you're door knocking them. They don't know what you do yet. So I say, well, before we get to numbers, obviously this was kind of out of the blue. I apologize again, but let me tell you a little bit more about me and what I do and what I'm looking for, and then we can figure out whether it's going to be a good fit and start to progress down that road. Again, I am a local landlord. I do buy cash. And what that means for you, Mr. Seller, is there's no commissions, there's no fees. I will actually pay for all of the closing costs. I also don't want the homeowner to have to update the home. I don't want you to have to repair the home. I'm happy to do that. I've done this for a very long time. I have crews that can do that. And then there's no commissions again. So I can help you save a lot of money simply working directly with you. So let me ask you, how long have you been thinking about selling? That is my first question. I'll give you a couple more alternatives. My first question, after I tell them what I do and give them my value add, I let them know, or I ask them, how long have you been thinking about selling? I want to know if it's really a thing they're interested in, if they're really motivated. It helps open that up. Do you have a number in mind that you're looking to sell at? Is another one of those questions. I try my best to refrain from talking numbers out of the gate, because as you'll see in our script, I tend to defer to either time, like I need more time to look at the property, or someone else is going to be analyzing the property. I defer that responsibility away in my script, and you'll see that, through the conversation. So first question would be, how long have you been thinking about selling your home? The next question is, do you have a number in mind that you're looking to sell for? Another question is, do you have a number in mind that you're looking to put in your pocket at sale? Another question would be, do you know where you're going to move when you do sell? Sorry. These are all great questions. You can pick and choose any of them, right? Depending upon how the initial part of that conversation goes. Again, what you're trying to do is find out, have they thought about it? Is there any motivation? Do they have a plan? How long are they looking to do this? Like when? And then that will open up conversation. Already, you're at a place where the conversation could go right or it could go left, meaning they could immediately say, well, I've really never thought about it. I'm not really that interested. Thanks for calling. Or it could be like, well, me and my husband have been thinking about this. We're thinking about selling in summer when our kid's out of school. We were thinking about moving to, closer to family in Iowa, whatever. Well, now if the conversation's going to move into what they're doing right? Like they're thinking of selling at the end of summer. They're thinking about moving closer to family. My conversation goes off script. I'm no longer scripted. I'm now talking about them. The reason being is everyone in every conversation of all time is always thinking what's in it for me. So at that point, I dive into questions about that. So depending upon where they're going, like if they're selling at the end of summer, oh, that's great. You know, where's your child going to school? Where, you know, is it a guy, you know, are they local? Are they far? How long, you know, what grade are they in? What year of college? I am now focused on them. This, when people talk about building rapport, this is when that happens, right? This is when my genuine, authentic interest in them starts to play out. So now I'm going right and I'm off script, and now I'm going to navigate as such. Now, my training right now doesn't stop there. So let me bring you back to what a lot of responses will be. If you are door knocking, if you are cold calling, if you are text messaging, a lot of times you're going to say, so what's your offer? I thought you were going to give me an offer right around now, right? And so that can be handled a bunch of different ways. I like to defer my analysis, right? I personally want to say, hey, you know, like I said, I knew this call was out of the blue. I do have your address, but I didn't do a lot of work on the front end of analyzing your home, figuring out where I could be. I first wanted to get to know you a little bit, figure out if this is even an option. With that said, I don't have a number off the top of my head. It'll take me a little while to dive in. But again, let me ask you, if you were going to sell, is there a chance that we would be able to sell before the summer? And then I kind of lean back into them. I want my questions to be based around their interest of selling, their motivation, their pain potentially, and then start to ask the why questions. Another way you can do it is kind of pass the buck, right? Pass the responsibility. Oh, my business partner does all the analysis of all of our properties. Quite frankly, I'm here to even just see if this is something that you are interested in. If it is, then I hand it off to my business partner. He runs analysis, and then I would be giving you a call back, right? Like literally you are not the person that does the job anyways. They can't get a number out of you. Then it allows you again to jump back into, you know, asking questions. You are trying to be a doctor and solve an issue. Then the third thing that can happen when you door knock, cold call, or text message, and you say, hey, have you thought about selling? Are you interested in selling? Are you open to a cash offer? They say, nope. That's it. That's the reply. No, right? And then you can say, hey, I'm always of the opinion, ask for a referral. Like I will be totally gracious about it. Hey, totally understand. I'm sorry to bother you. I do know, or totally understand. Sorry to bother you. Do you know anyone else potentially looking to sell? In fact, if you do, I'm more than happy to give you a referral fee for just simply making the introduction. I just want a referral, right? The first deal that we got off text messaging was because the individual said, no, I'm not looking to sell, but my friend might be. And then the conversation, well, what's your friend's name? Can you share the number, etc. And we bought our first deal and made $7,000. I pay $500 a month for text messaging and I made $7,000. That's a great return on my investment. Again, Launch Control is the company I use. They'll hook you up. TSOF promo code. So where was I? So they already said no. The next one is, you know, yeah, I'm thinking about selling, but maybe in the future. Well, I kind of gave you this example already, like the in the summer. Maybe they say next year. Maybe they say after the election. If you guys are watching this live on Facebook, awesome. You know the election's coming up and all the craziness. If you guys see this on YouTube and it's, you know, after the election, the answer is all the same. It's all good. You basically want to feel out why and bring them back in. And so you want to say, out of curiosity, what's happening then that is going to make you have that decision? And is there a way that that decision can speed up? So depending upon what their answer is, election, kid getting out of college, moving closer to family, whatever. right? Retiring next year. So asking questions to further elongate the conversation is where I want to go here. Because the longer I can have them in conversation, the whole building rapport is what's happening. They get to know more about me. I start to bring up more about, oh, I totally understand. You know, when my mom retired, you know, they wanted to move immediately up to Wisconsin. I actually, you know, it was interesting to watch because they ended up selling early and blah, 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 blah. Now I can bring my life in, right? Then I say Wisconsin and they say, oh, we're from Michigan. And then there's a relatability factor, etc. And then one question you get as a rebuttal, I would say, it's not a yes, it's not a no, but you will get it a lot when you call and text message specifically is how did you get my number? That is a very easy question. I work with a data company that actually scrapes all the public data, and I was able to get your number through them. That's it. I mean, you know, then they're going to say one of two things. Oh, well, I'm on the do not call list. Stop, take me off your call. Okay, well, first of all, most people don't understand what the do not call list is. I actually just read something that is not even real. I don't know whether that's right or wrong, but I heard it's not even real. Anyways, a lot of people who went on AI or say like, wait, who are you? And that's your chance to say, my name is Justin. I am a local landlord looking to buy another property in the neighborhood. That's it. So that is the basic general script, right? Because like I told you kind of in the middle of this training, a lot of times the opportunity to veer off and go right or go left in the conversation has already happened. So to script this out 20 pages deep doesn't make any sense. Now, overcoming rebuttals, sure, but the reality is that is for the most part all there really is when you're this far in the conversation. So hopefully that helps. This was 100% because I got pinged with a lot of different questions regarding this subject matter. And so hopefully this training helps. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, awesome. Get over to the Facebook, follow or be added to the Science of Flipping Academy group. Also, again, if you haven't taken David's graciousness enough to give you guys a deal on Deal Machine, go there. TSOF is the promo code. In fact, I talked to my buddy at Launch Control. He's going to do the same thing. He's going to give you a massive credit for the text messaging services. Go to launchcontrol.us and just put Science of Flipping, and they will also give you a massive discount, launchcontrol.us. So hopefully this helps. These are the tools I use. As I told you, my trainings are all about the systems, tools, softwares, strategies that I implement in my business. And then I'm also trying to get you as much savings and be conscious of cost as I can. So hopefully this works. Hopefully this helps. That is our scripts. We'll see you later. Peace.